Got an article, chat, from Geeks and Gamers. And chat, if you guys don't know, Geeks and Gamers is a new, revamped website from Geeks and Gamers, and it has a lot of good articles there. I've been using this as of late. And if you guys want to check it out, ya boy is here. Ya boy is here. There it is. There it is. So if you guys don't know, I am a part of Geeks and Gamers. You know, I'm basically trying to, you know, shout out to Jeremy and everyone that's part of the Geeks and Gamers, all the people that's watching and stuff like that. There it is. Right over there. That's me. But yeah, but shout out to them. But we're going to talk about Supergirl. Here's some Geeks and Gamers rumor. Supergirl undergoing reshoots to raise testosterone level by adding more Superman and Lobo. Good. Very, very good. Because I wonder, now here's the thing. I think that the girl that's playing Supergirl, she's very cute. All right. The fact that you have a white blonde girl that's actually pretty cute. When I first saw her in House of the Dragons, I'm like, man, she's pretty cute. She's pretty damn cute, right? And now that she's playing Supergirl, hey, I think the world is slowly healing just a little bit. Just a little bit. The fact that we don't have ugly women in Hollywood playing supposedly hot people. And we got Supergirl here. Kara Zor-El. It looks like Supergirl is getting a major overhaul with a series of reshoots, as Warner Brothers may be trying to give its next female-led superhero film a stronger male-centric punch. Look, I know it's a Supergirl movie. You gotta have Superman in it, right? During the big fight at the end, Superman and Supergirl has to team up, and maybe you have Supergirl like basically like saving the day at the end or some shit like that, right? So according to new rumors from Scooper, Daniel Richmond, Supergirl is about to undergo major reshoots designed to raise the testosterone level of the movie. Translation, Warner Brothers reportedly wants more David Corenswet Superman and more Jason Momoa Lobo after both characters tested well with audiences and executives. Good. Very, very good. I like this. For those keeping score, this is exactly what many fans expected. Once early buzz described the film as slower, cosmic, female-centric story. I'm glad they're changing it up. I'm very, very glad. I think the world is slowly healing now. Very, very slowly, but it is healing nonetheless. Now, Warner Brothers appears to be pivoting hard towards something more energetic and more masculine in tone. Fans first noticed something was up when Corenswet's Superman costume vanished from the display at Warner Brothers Studio Tour. A new sign appeared in its place, Superman costume currently being used by production. Ooh. All right. While some assume the costume was being used for Superman's sequel, Man of Tomorrow, that project isn't scheduled to begin filming until next spring. The timing aligns far better with the Supergirl reshoots, suggesting that Man of Steel is already back in action. If true, Corenswet's appearance could be more than a cameo. Multiple insiders believe that Warner Brothers is reframing Supergirl to include opening or closing scenes featuring Superman, grounding Kara Zor-El's story more family within the new DCU's main continuity. I remember there was a very, very good DC animated movie. I forgot what it's called. Superman Apocalypse or whatever. I forgot what it's called. But Supergirl was in it. And Supergirl basically like went fucking crazy and sort of went toe-to-toe with Darkseid with Superman's help. So that could be pretty damn cool. The thing is, Kara Zor-El, if I'm not mistaken, has been on Earth less time than Superman, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what it is now. And I believe she's supposed to get like sort of mind controlled by some bullshit. But it could be really cool if like Superman shows up, you see him a little bit, and you sort of stick around with Supergirl. She gets her ass beat by Lobo and shit like that. And, you know, Lobo's an intergalactic fucking bounty hunter and shit. You know, Bastish. If Jason Momoa does not say Bastish, the movie sucks. Okay? Now, and then Superman comes in at the end, helps her and shit like that. Like, that's what we want to see. All right? Now, actually give Superman a cool scene. Not like the fucking Superman that we got that was dog shit. Okay? Warner Brothers executive are reportedly determined to avoid another franchise misstep after recent fan backlash to several DC projects. Expanding the roles of Superman and Lobo could give Supergirl a certain high-octane edge to appeals that to a more male comic book fan audience. Now, here's the thing. If Sydney Sweeney was Supergirl, it probably would have brought in a lot of dudes. But no, the main star over here, she's pretty cute. So, you know, it's going to bring in some people. And it's also a savvy marketing move, whether audiences like to admit it or not. Recent female-led superhero movies that have struggled to bring in crowds. The Marvels, Madam Web, Wonder Woman 1984, The Eternals, and Birds of Prey all flopped despite huge marketing pushes. Viewers didn't reject the concept of female superheroes, they rejected dull writing, messy pacing, and movies that felt like lectures instead of entertainment. Because of this, the concept has become overplayed, and there's some definite fatigue among the fan base of girl power projects. I agree. There are a lot of very, very cool strong female-led movies, right? Now, people are always going to bring up the tried and true Sarah Connor, Ripley from Alien and Aliens, right? And even, who's it called? Mila Jokovich's character, I forgot her name already, in the Resident Evil movies. Even though they were dog shit overall, she's still a female lead. There are a lot of very, very good ones, right? And there's a lot of them, but those are just to name a few. But people don't like hearing that, okay? People do not like hearing that kind of stuff. Or of course, let's not forget, the first superhero that's been played by a woman, Jennifer Lawrence. She's the first female superhero of all time, right? If Warner Brothers wants Supergirl to succeed, adding Superman and Lobo might not just be about testosterone. It could be a signal that studio finally understands what fans have been shouting for years. Stop preaching, start entertaining. The reshoot rumors arrive amid broader turbulence at Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah, of course, there's the whole buyout stuff happening. I believe Warner Brothers has denied or declined the buyout twice already, last time I heard. The company continues to face a takeover speculation with Skydance, Paramount, and even Universal mentioned as potential buyers. If any merger does happen, James Gunn's DCU could find itself under new leadership or on a chopping block. Now, according to other sources that I've heard, chat, they said that if they are going to be buying out Warner Brothers, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, James Gunn is still going to be the CEO, according to what I heard, at least. But I'm not sure if that's true. That puts enormous pressure on Supergirl to perform. With reports of Superman struggle to break even, the studio can't afford another misfire. A disappointing follow-up would give any buyer an easy excuse to hit the reset button all over again. If these reports hold true, Supergirl may become DCU's first major course correction before it even hits the theaters. The decisions to raise testosterone by adding Superman and Lobo is a bold one. Part damage control, part creative realignment, and part admission that Gunn's early DCU rollout might not have been connecting with audiences as hoped. Yep. Like I said, the movie was not good. And for a Superman movie, you added in way too much fucking characters. I called this out from a mile away when I started seeing a lot of extra characters being added. Nathan Fillion as fucking Guy Gardner. You got Hawk Girl. You got Mr. Terrific. You got too many stuff happening in movie, man. And then the cool scenes basically been stolen by a black man, Mr. Terrific. And that's sad. Being a Superman movie, you should have the coolest scene. The most iconic scene was from Mr. Terrific. That's very, very sad. Now, I do hope that this is true, though. I do hope that this is true. Because if it is, we're going to see Lobo. And finally, Jason Momoa as Lobo was the first thing. I was like, why couldn't Jason Momoa be cast as Lobo? Why are you putting him as Aquaman? That's stupid. And then they finally casted him as Lobo. And hell yeah, he fits that character, smokes a cigar, rides a fucking bike, fucking bounty hunter, fucking unkillable dude. This is freaking awesome. I hope it's good. I really, really hope so, because I want a good Batman. I really, really do. But we'll see, though. We'll see what's going to happen.